Since his interview with HBO's Real Sports, Indianapolis Colts Governor Jim Irsay has shown us, well, a lot. In said interview, Irsay spouted nonsensical things such as this, and I quote, "I am prejudiced against because I'm a rich white billionaire. If I'm just the average guy down the block, they're not pulling me in, of course." Irsay alluded to his arrest back in October of 2014, where police stated he was operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. In the car, police found $29,000 in cash and loads of prescription pills. He served no time. But it is what else he said that has ruffled many feathers. In the aftermath of the backlash, Jim Irsay tried tweeting through it. "Dorothy Bloodsaw was my black mom. She carried me in the house in Lincolnwood, Illinois on 1959 June and raised me in the light of Christ. I would be dead if not for her unconditional love. She showed me that Jesus was my savior. I owe everything to her." This came after a tweet that ripped ESPN. And on First Take, the woman that preceded Stephen A., "How dare you pretend to know me? I don't know your name and I don't care to. If my black mother Dorothy was still alive, you'd be in some big hot water. Capital H, capital W. You are mean and ugly. You're a nothing burger." Irsay then ended his rant with this. "Dorothy, known as Doss, passed in 2002 after raising her grandchildren, Carly, Casey, and her beloved buddy, Kaylin. She altered Irsay history. She was the strongest woman I'll ever know, and my children will testify that altered our family's history forever." We would later learn Irsay's ire was directed at the worldwide leaders Kimberly A. Martin. He'd write, "First Take, you're gonna get your blank sued because there was no alcohol, no illegal drugs. $29,000 is low for me to be carrying in 2014 arrests. I give away $2,000 to $10,000 to the homeless and need it on the street all the time and pass it on, making the world better." The Grio's Michael Harriot wrote, "It was because Martin said Irsay's comments came off like he's a victim and reflected a total lack of awareness of their privilege. And to prove that he didn't have a racist bone in his body, Irsay pulled out a version of the whitest trope of all, the black friend." Harriot, a prolific writer whose work can be seen on the site and MSNBC, would put in his piece, notwithstanding that Irsay repeatedly misspelled the name of his beloved pseudo-matriarch. Every black person has met a version of Black Mother Dorothy. In most cases, the conveniently cherished proof of racial tolerance goes unnamed. Somehow, when a white person asserts one of my best friends is black, their black buddy is somehow never around. But in some other cases, well-meaning white people will confirm their immunity to bigotry by trotting out the African-American adoptee, describing the minority neighborhood where they once lived, or citing the black person they dated in college. It is also interesting that Irsay couldn't use a golfing buddy, coworker, pal, or even a business associate, as in I'm not like that reference. To prove his lack of prejudice and entitlement, he had to bring up a dead black woman who was paid to care for him.
So I thought maybe he was like a poor white kid that, you know, was maybe had a black mom in his neighborhood or something that he used to hang out.
No,
I didn't know.
He had a mammy.
That's what I
had a mammy.
I was confused because that's the way he was presenting it was like he was some, you know what I'm saying, podunk white kid who just really pulled up by his bootstraps. And I was like,
hey, I can imagine him now as a kid walking in is like, "Mammy, the black kids from down the block were mean to me." Like, "Hush, don't pay no mind to them colored kids. They ain't got no, they just ugly and they mad that they got your beautiful white skin." Like,
more from Harriet. Being around black people does not wipe away your white supremacy. Proximity, familiarity with, or the presence of blackness is not an anti-racist deflector shield. Summoning up your relationship with a non-white person does not magically provide you with a get out of racism free card. And none of this means that Irsay didn't actually love his substitute black mom. Even with all this being stated, Irsay posted this photo with the accompanying tweet. "Jerry Maguire, filming in LA, 1995 with Tom, Cameron Crowe, and my family, wife and kids, and mother, Dorothy. My role was small but fun."